Alright, so I don't really do rants, but I'm capable of them. I'll do one here. So I have a spiel on hive boxes. I started off all 8-frame mediums. Like, I bought a pallet full's worth. And then I thought, let's go to deeps. So now I'm going to get rid of all my mediums and go to 8-frame deeps. I like to sell nucs every now and then just to pay for sugar. Lots of sugar. Just bought $100 worth today. And if it were up to me, and like if you're just a homeowner and you just want bees for the sake of having bees and some honey, I think the very best size are nucs. This is a deep nuc and this is a medium nuc. Personally, I think 5-frame deeps nucs are the way to go. You can make them as tall as you want, although 5 is about the sanest height that you'd want to go. I mean, after that, you're really pushing it. Kind of like Tower of Pisa kind of thing. But, you can make them as tall as you want. The thing about nucs is they're much lighter. They're always nicer than big mean hives, although this is a nice hive. Even if you have mean genetics in a nuc, since they're not as big as a full-size hive, they're just not as mean. Smaller hives are always nicer than bigger hives of, equivalent genetics. And after having both for, a good while, I find myself, not going into the big hives. I just don't want to. In fact, just now I went into a big hive, and I haven't gone in there too much because I just don't like bothering with big hives. And I found out that they probably have swarmed on me. And in fact, there's 3 frames filled with swarm cells all over them. And I see no eggs, so almost certainly they've swarmed. So, well, it's kind of a side note to my nuc rant, but what I did there is I took all 3 frames out that had queen cells on them, and I put them in nucs. And I'm going to slice off a good portion of those queen cells. Right now I'm probably going to do 4 or 5 more splits out of the queen cells. I'll get a frame out of here, here, wait, not there, here, and possibly another hive up front. And I'll stick them one frame with 1 or 2 queen cells, and I'll try making more queen cells. That's how I make queen cells. I just like getting queen cells, adding 1 or 2 queen cells to a frame, and if they're successful, then I will give them more brood, cat brood, because a single frame hive really isn't, for the most part, viable, especially so late. But I do have very, very big, very strong hives in Gerald that I can, and I will, break those down and use their cat brood to take up any slack. For extra brood. I'll just use them in all my splits. I need to break those guys up there anyway. They are crazy mean. In fact, I wouldn't mind just pinching all the queens out there. Although I probably wouldn't pinch them. Just if I found the queen, I'd stick her in like a little nuc and let her be. But they are no fun in the big hives. But anyway, for anybody just getting into bee hives, people always just buy the regular setup, which is 2 10-frame deeps at the bottom. So that's like this, like the green one, except this is 8. They get 2 of these, 10 framers, and then on top they'll get 1 or 2 or 3 or whatever 10 frame mediums. And that's insane. Like, to go to the extreme, like if you have a deep filled with honey, that's 100 pounds. That's crazy. 10 frame is just insane. Anybody who has it is crazy, or they're commercial. But from a practical point of view, it's insane. You can get any equipment for a 10 as an 8. This is just more practical. And I think in general it's better to go all one size. Get all mediums or all deeps. So you have one size box, one size frame. And personally, I like deeps. 8 frame deeps. But you know, they certainly weigh a lot more than mediums. But actually, I'm pretty much doing that because when I sell nucs, people always want the deeps. So I'm like, okay, I'll go to all deeps. But 8 frame medium really is kind of like a trend that's going on, and I think it's really the most sane trend for beekeeping, where they're, you know, just having a beehive, a couple of beehives at the house. You should always have more than one hive. You should have at least 2, and really 3 is more like a good minimum number, because they die. And if you have 3, 1 dies, you can make a split out of the remaining 2. But yeah, that's my rant. If I were getting into beekeeping, I would get only nucs, and I would get deeps, like this one right there. And they're just awesome to work with. There's a guy on YouTube, like Little Bits of Honey. That's pretty much what he keeps. It really is the bestest for homeowners. But anyway, as a hobby at least. Alright, that's it. And I guess I gotta get back to splits and a broken refrigerator.